Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast, the 12th and final meeting of these two teams, the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the Lone Star Brahmas, the South Division's finest. For a short time this season, the North American Hockey League's finest. Two of the better teams in the entire North American Hockey League on the same ice surface for the 12th and final time this season. However, there are a lot of folks out there who believe that this will not be the final time these two teams' paths cross with the Robertson Cup playoffs just a couple of months away now. And the prospect that the two of these teams will be facing each other is certainly looming in the midst as we await here the national anthem, which will be played over a recording. Big John Wilson, the traditional national anthem singer, not in the building tonight. He had a prior engagement to attend to, so he will not be performing the anthem. The public address announcer here notifies people to remove their caps and put their hands over their hearts for the recording of our country's national anthem. And the national anthem has just been played. The recording of it has been. And in the absence of the Wildcats' sixth-year national anthem singer, Big John Wilson, the organization would like to extend him a heartfelt stick tap as he goes through a very challenging time in his life, facing some health issues of late. We wish the best for him. And now for tonight's ceremonial puck drop, I believe this will be a miracle child from a Children's Miracle Network. I was told that there was an issue getting the whoever was supposed to be dropping the puck initially was supposed to get on a plane from Virginia last night. Couldn't do it because the airport was snowed in. Every flight at the airport was canceled, and she couldn't make it here, so perhaps they chose a different miracle child to perform tonight's ceremonial puck drop as Austin Beaulieu and Joey Fallon partake in the ceremonial puck drop in the left faceoff circle in the Wildcat zone. Both players committed. Austin Beaulieu to University of Alabama, Huntsville. Joey Fallon to Princeton. Both will be starting tonight. The Brahmas starting lineup. Joey Fallon will be at center. He's flanked by the speedy left wing Alex Berardinelli and Peter Kessel on the right side. On defense, Samu Sumanen and Bud Madej, who did not play last night, will be the blue liners to start the game for the Brahmas. As for their goaltender, Corbin Kaspersky, no surprise there, has played tremendously this season for his team. And finally, the 12th and final meeting between the South Division's finest underway here at the KYC. The first period of Wildcats hockey is brought to you by American Classifieds as Michael Rounds goes back to pick up the loose puck behind Kapellmester's net. The Wildcats starting lineup is brought to you by Pelican's Restaurant, and it is as follows. Adam Goodsir starting at center. He was the first star of last night's game, very well deserved. His wingers tonight, as they have been of late, Austin Beaulieu on the left side, Garrett Van Wy on the right. The Blue Liners, Michael Rounds and Jake Dalton, and Justin Kapellmester in goal. Rounds' shot, score! Right off the bat, just 39 seconds into this one, Michael Rounds snapped a shot from the left point that went high on the glove side of Corbin Kaspersky. And a quick start for the Wildcats has them on the board early. It's 1-0. Boy, talk about a good start for the Wildcats. 39 seconds in, Michael Rounds snaps a shot from the left point, and that has been his bread and butter all season long, has been wrist shots from the point, and he's got another one there. And for that goal, it was his 4th of the season, his 16th point. And with his parents in attendance tonight, we know that had to feel good. Austin Albrecht lays a backhand pass ahead for Rosa, who dumps it in. Kaspersky will leave it off, and it's Sean Giles giving it to Drevich, who was last night's second star of the game with 2 goals. Martin Melberg pursuing the puck now. Hines beating him to it. Hines played it around the far corner wall. Litviak will guide it ahead, a bit too far for Eric Yeager. Yeager gets to it in the neutral zone, wraps up Estes, knocked it free for Wickline, who couldn't get it past Hines. Nikita Litviak carries back into his own zone, and Noah Gilreath will have a look. Penalty will be called here. Cody Wickline and Andre Paisan collided away from the puck, so an interference penalty will be called. Not sure if this will be on Paisan or Wickline. It looks like Paisan is heading to the Wildcats penalty box, so an early power play given to the Lone Star Brahmas here, who failed pretty miserably last night on the power play. They finally came through at the end, but that was a 6-on-4 after they had pulled their goaltender. Tyler Drevich scored the goal to tie the game, which forced overtime, after which the Wildcats stormed back when Adam Goodsir scored his 2nd goal of the night and his North American Hockey League leading 24th goal of the season to win the game for the Wildcats. However, it is a new day, and we'll see what challenges it brings here as the Brahmas go to work on their first man advantage of the night, as Bud Madej, who was not in the lineup last night, walks the line and dishes off for a shot from Romo, also not in last night's lineup for the Brahmas, and Romo missed the net high and wide as Rounds wraps it around the boards, goes off a Brahmas skate, back to Clark, who holds it in. Clark plays it down low. 5 right-hand shooters on the ice for the Brahmas. Centering pass into the slot. Romo drops it off. Melberg couldn't control in the high slot, and the Brahmas back out to center. A day now for Jacob Romo. Martin Melberg gave it back to Tyler Drevich. Drevich spins it back to Bud Madej, left point. Clark calling for it. Madej, the shot, trickles wide. Picked up by Nick Rosa with time and space to clear, and he does. Half of the Brahmas power play has been killed. 17 minutes remain in period 1. The Wildcats with a 1-0 lead. The only shot on goal has been a goal. It came off the stick of Michael Rounds from the left point. 39 seconds into this game as errant pass there from Cody Wickline is picked off, and Cronin leads the rush the other way. Rosa to the goal. Here's Rosa in front. One times it scores! The short-handed goal! Nick Rosa never gave up after the initial shot was stopped by Corbin Kaspersky. And that's Rosa's 11th goal of the season, and it's a short-handed one. The Wildcats with a 2-0 lead. If you're Dan Wildfang in this situation, you've got to at least consider using a timeout. Doesn't look like he's going to do so. Davidson is rammed into the boards by Nikita Litviak. Puck wrapped around the half wall. Estes can't keep it in. Lazarus pursuing the loose puck. Knocks it free off Skelly's stick. Estes in his own zone. Makes a pass to the right side for Matt Christian. Bobbles it, and Michael Rounds swiped it away from him. Jake Dalton takes a hit from Hogan Davidson. Carson Kelly spins it in down low. Estes will rattle this puck back into the offensive zone. Left point, Jacob Romo coughs it up, and the Wildcats assume control as Jake Dalton leads the rush back the other direction. Comes together with Sean Giles. And Troy York will have a look. He will airmail this one out to the neutral zone. Glove down at center ice by Alexei Poikala. Rink-wide pass is a good one. It's on the tape there for Russell, whose shot missed the net. Russell playing at forward this evening. Jeff Baum pinches down low. Baum with possession of the puck, goes around the end boards for Adam Goodsir. Goodsir plays it in deep. Ryan Burnett is wrapped up down there. Cronin chopping at it, comes into the slot for Goodsir, who picks it up. Goodsir had his stick check there before he could pull the trigger. Knocked loose again. Rourke Russell to the goal line. Burnett fires through the net mouth. Picked up, far point. Baum shot one that was tipped high and out of the play. 14:53 to go in period one. Already 2 goals have been scored, both by Wildcats players on just 3 shots on goal. They've got 2. Not very good stats for Corbin Kaspersky this evening. Has not come out with his best look. Garrett Van Wy had the puck between his skates. Takes a hit from Bud Madej, but he sets up Goodsir. Beaulieu had it chopped free. Berardinelli played it beyond the reach there of Dalton. Rounds goes after it. Cuts off the lane and beat Berardinelli to the puck. You won't hear me say that very often. Beaulieu for Goodsir. Berardinelli, you can just see what he wants to do. Just about every play when he gets the puck, he's trying as hard as he can to just play the puck off the boards. Chip it to himself because he knows he's got better speed than anybody else out there. And yesterday it led to a shorthanded goal, which got the scoring started last night. You can prepare for it all you want when it actually happens. Just in awe of the speed that this kid has. Lazarus picks up the puck right side. One hands it ahead, hoping for Albrecht. It was picked off. Estes will hook the puck all the way down the ice. It's going to trickle just wide of the net. Icing being nullified here as Rosa gives it to Matt Hines. Hines was last night's Hudson Blueprint player of the game. Lazarus swoops in. Protects the puck and dishes it back well for Hines. Hines' long shot tipped into the corner, picked up by Skelly. Dalton Skelly played it off the far half boards, kicked further by Lundgren. Lundgren couldn't jab it free to Hogan Davidson, and Giles regroups in his own end. Good stick by Austin Albrecht to knock the puck deep. Eric Yeager tried to center, fanned on the pass. Lundgren from his skate to his stick had his pocket picked down there as it bounces into the air, and Albrecht jabs away for it down there. Litviak spins with it, put it in front, picked off, and skated out of there by Johan Lundgren. The puck has just been fired the length of the ice. No icing here. Matt Hines gives it to Nikita Litviak. Puck lofted into the neutral zone and down into the Brahmas zone. Giles back to play it. Giles takes a hit from Andre Paisan as the Brahmas work it out to center. It goes the length again. Finally, icing will be called. 12 minutes and 26 seconds remain in period one, brought to you by American Classifieds, and the Brahmas have yet to register a shot on Justin Kappelmaster. The Wildcats, on the other hand, with 3 shots, 2 of which have been goals. The first came off the stick of Michael Rounds, and the second came off the stick of Nick Rosa. A couple of Michigan natives, both of whom have family members in attendance tonight, as Burnett knocks the puck loose. Overskates it a bit. Onside, however. Russell's shot blocked. Follow-up chance by Poikala, and scrambling all over the place to make the save was Kaspersky. Looked like he nearly lost his balance down there. Puck shot into the neutral zone by the Brahmas. Gilraith got it out to center. Poikala speeds down the right side. Whoa, and he just took down Bud Madej, who tried to level a hit on him. It backfired there as Fallon stripped of it by Cronin, who got it out to center. And rattles it off the glass. Gilraith bats it down, and Wildcats assume control. Jake Dalton in behind the Cats' net. With 11.5 remaining in period one, and the Wildcats leading the Brahmas by a score of 2-0. Just 4 shots have been fired, all by the Wildcats. And Kaspersky will cover that puck up at the side of the Brahmas goal for a whistle, stopping play. Cody Wickline plays it around the boards, and Mellberg failed to get it beyond the reach of Beaulieu, and the puck bounced into the Brahmas bench. There's a cheesehead down there. We don't have any players on the Wildcats team who are from Wisconsin. The assistant coach, however, is Josh Nelson, the Wildcats' new assistant coach this season. He's from northern Wisconsin, and looks like we've got a Green Bay Packers fan down there. A lot of the ordinary in Wichita Falls. Michael Rounds keeps the puck alive, left point, tries to slither one across, and waiting there for it looks like was Garrett Van Wy. The puck was picked off, and Rounds will play it D-to-D for Jake Dalton. Jake Dalton, the Bowling Green State University commit, worked the puck forth, played it off Lundgren's stick, batted down, and there he goes. Beaulieu on the back check, knocked it away from him. The Wildcats seem like the better conditioned of the two teams at this point in the first period. Puck rolls onto Beaulieu's tape, who flies in, takes the shot, flutters wide. Don't think he got all that he wanted on that shot. Matt Christian looking for the puck in front of the Brahmas bench there against Austin Beaulieu. Skelly D-to-D for Bud Madej. Tipped in by Kelly. Behind the net, Kapelmaster leaves it. Rosa tries to backhand it around the board. Christian centers, no luck. It bounces in the air, and Lazarus will assume control now. Lazarus gets the return from Rosa, played off the skate of Albrecht, hooked out to center by Estes, and the Wildcats will reset halfway through period one, which favors the Wildcats 2-0 up till this point. The Brahmas have yet to tally a shot on goal. I'm trying to work the puck out to the neutral zone. As the pass bounced off Lazarus' skate. Long shot tipped and stopped. Kapelmaster, the rebound, comes loose out to the far circle, and a delayed penalty upcoming against the Wildcats. The Brahmas finally getting something going here, as a puck to the right point goes on to Clark's tape. Now he surveys back into the neutral zone. That's still on the delayed penalty. Finally they touch the puck, but the referee didn't see it, so they play on. Here's Hogan Davidson with 6 attackers on the ice still for the Lone Star Brahmas. 3 of the 5 Wildcats on the ice, hanging back in the neutral zone. What the Brahmas are doing, you can see what they're doing. They're trying to get as much time as possible with the extra attacker, but it doesn't do them any good if they're not doing anything with the puck, and they weren't for those 30 seconds or so. Paisan finally touches up for the Wildcats, and Rosa heads to the Cats' penalty box. Not sure what he did, but he's going to have a seat. The Wildcats' first Parkway Grill penalty kill didn't even concede a shot on goal. And it's been fantastic this series and this season. It's the second best PK in the North American Hockey League, trailing only the Robertson Cup champions from last season, the Minnesota Wilderness, and the Wildcats have cleared the puck. According to the public address announcer here, it was a boarding call against Nick Rosa. And fortunately, fortunately, he was only given 2 minutes in the box. Here's a shot and they score. Dalton Skelly let it rip from the top of the left circle. It was a snipe. Looked like it went high on the blocker side of Justin Kappelmaster, and the Lone Star Brahmas have cut the Wildcats' lead in half with their second goal, their second shot of the night. And it's 2-1. And we finally go to our first period media timeout. A lot of goals have been scored through just over half of period one. Less than 12 minutes have gone by, and already there have been 3 goals scored, 2 of which belong to the Wildcats, and just 6 shots. The 3 goals that have been scored tonight, 2 have come from defensemen Michael Rounds and Dalton Skelly for the Cats and the Brahmas respectively. Nick Rosa also with a goal. He was also in the penalty box when the Brahmas goal was scored. Puck chopped wide of Kappelmaster's net. Backhanded around the boards and taken by Ryan Burnett down the right side. Good back check by Peter Kessel, who lays one across, and it bounces on Madej, who settles it down. Now Samu Sumanen, the Finnish defenseman, dumps it in. Kappelmaster leaves it behind his own net. And with the Children's Miracle Network jerseys being worn this weekend by the Wildcats, there was some confusion by the players as to what jerseys would be worn by the Lone Star Brahmas. Many thought that they'd be bringing their white jerseys, but they stuck with their traditional road blacks, and it's caused some confusion, especially for the goaltenders. Corbin Kaspersky, the Brahmas netminder, said that after last night's game, he was not in this game at any point going to throw the puck out. He would not play it whatsoever unless he was just dropping it off. So we'll see if he stays true to his word tonight. Look out, here's a steal in the slot. Backhander goes wide by Carson Kelly. Off the back of the cage, Van Wyde trickles it up the boards. Davidson. Goodsir brought him down to the ice, then kicked it off of him. Van Wyde failed to clear it. Good keep, temporarily at least, by Matt Christian. Cronin in his own end. Plays it out to center. Van Wyde slips it over the line. Goodsir goes after it, wrapped up by Giles, knocked free. Bolio gave it to Davidson, who skates it out the other way. Goodsir hustles back on the back check. That's Van Wyde, rather. He was able to keep up with Davidson easily, and the puck has been fired over the glass and out of play. 6:50 to go in period one. 2-1 remains the score. Still just 6 shots in this game. 4 to the Cats, 2 to the Brahmas. The goal-to-shot ratio has been even for both teams. Not great stats for the goaltenders to start. 50% of the shots that have been taken have been goals tonight. As Matt Hines, his pass missed Nick Rosa. Albrecht picks it up, skates it down the neutral zone, and gains the blue line as Lazarus takes a shot that was patted away by Corbin Kaspersky. Centering pass picked off by Skelly. Dalton Skelly, the lone goal scorer for the Brahmas, drops it off for Brandon Estes. Estes rattles it off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Played into the high slot. Albrecht took a funny hit there. Gilraith pinches and plays the puck down low. Lazarus goes after it. Wickline plays it back to Kaspersky, who just pounces on it, and then Lazarus runs into Brandon Estes down there, just knocked him into the goal. And the Wildcats have definitely been stronger on their skates to start period one, that's for sure. Saw earlier, Poikala took a hit from Bud Midday, and Bud Midday's the one who went flying. Lazarus and his line now skating off the ice. And speaking of Johnny Lazarus, his grandpa and Mimi are tuning in from Boynton Beach, Florida, rooting on the Wildcats like they do every weekend. They say, "Go Cats!" Thank you very much to Johnny Lazarus. Johnny Lazarus's grandparents. We very much appreciate the support that you give us each and every weekend on FastHockey.com, and we hope you've enjoyed the season that young Johnny Lazarus has had for the Wildcats. Pretty impressive numbers for him this season. 13 goals, 18 assists, 31 points, and a plus 21 rating. He's been an integral part of the Wildcats' success 2/3 of the way through this season. And has certainly gained the respect of a lot of the players and coaches here within the organization. He's often criticized for not being tough enough. It's just funny that that's ever been said, considering he lost 3 of his chicklets earlier this season as a shot goes off the post and is covered up at the goal line by Kaspersky. Some of the Wildcats pleading that it crossed the goal line. Dalton took the shot, it ricocheted. I believe it went off a Brahmas player, and it went off the elbow of the goal and bounced off of Kaspersky's back somewhere and bounced towards the goal line. Don't think it ever crossed it, nor do the officials. And the goal judge doesn't believe it did either, so this game will remain a 2-1 game for the Wildcats. Last night there was a bit of a controversial no-goal call. It came in overtime, Martin Melberg's breakaway. On the 3-on-3, breakaways are bound to happen pretty often. Martin Melberg found himself on one and deked it from his backhand to his forehand, tried to tuck it past the outstretched left pad of Justin Kappelmaster, who just barely got enough of it to keep it from crossing the goal line completely, although we're still not 100% sure whether it did or not. But that's just the thing. If the official says, or doesn't say that it was a goal, then conclusive evidence is required to overturn the call. Good steal by Burnett, wide open, in alone, Burnett shoots, he scores! Ryan Burnett goes 5-hole on Kaspersky, who's just having an abysmal start tonight, folks. And it's 3 goals and 8 shots for the Wildcats, 3-1. What a steal and what a finish by Ryan Burnett, his 7th goal of the season. And let me tell you something, folks. Ryan Burnett is somebody who came onto this team as a dark horse player. He was not expected to get a whole lot of ice time on this team. There were people who weren't sure he was going to make this team. He did. He has earned himself more ice time, and he has become, you heard him in the interview possibly a few weeks ago, he's become a player who's improved defensively, and he's done a better job away from the puck, and he just proved it there with that steal in the high slot and that finish. Gives the Wildcats an insurance goal. The Kappelmaster smothers that puck up in the blue crease, and some players having a disagreement thereafter. 3:55 to go in period one. 8-2 the shots, 3-1 the goals. It's been a high-scoring night here on Jersey Off Our Back night, presented by United Regional and KFDX. And of course, after the game tonight, there will be. Look out, Kapellmeister turns it over. Kessel's in. He missed the net. Peter Kessel blew it. He had an open net. Kapellmeister turned it over. He courted possession from in behind his own goal. And Peter Kessel missed a wide open net. Not sure if it was partially blocked or what happened, but Peter Kessel is not going to want to watch that again. And Dalton skates over to have a word with Kapellmeister. He's telling him, look, you cannot play the puck behind your own net without communicating, especially with the confusion of the dark jerseys. Both teams wearing dark jerseys. Kaspersky never once played the puck behind his own net. He did stay true to his word, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to track to see if he does throughout the entire game because he's been pulled. Corbin Kaspersky is no longer in the game. Connor O'Brien is in. Trying to do a little damage control for the Lone Star Brahmas, who are just trying to get out of this period alive. As Michael Rounds takes over, gives it out to center ice. Albrecht with a backhand shot, patted away by O'Brien. Here's Clark. Clark stops, lays it up to Troy York. York's pass into center, knocked into the air by Jake Dalton. Dalton goes back to get it. Romo had it poked away from him, and Michael Rounds plays it up to the right side, hoping for Lazarus. Estes gets to it first. Jacob Romo did not play in last night's game for the Lone Star Brahmas. He was suspended. Number 14 in black is back tonight. He's a newer player on the Lone Star Brahmas. Came over just about a week ago from the Dubuque Fighting Saints of the United States Hockey League. One of two new additions from the USHL this season for Lone Star, the other of whom scored 2 goals last night, Tyler Drevich. Andre Paisan working for it against Cody Wickline and knocking it back to the Lone Star defense. Estes plays it up the boards, and Hogan Davidson will skate it out over the Wildcats logo and spin back. Here's Martin Melberg, the victim of the controversial no-goal call last night. The puck has just been iced by the Brahmas, and the face-off will return to their zone. 2 minutes remain in period 1. 3-1 the score in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. They've had goals from Michael Rounds, Nick Rosa, and most recently Ryan Burnett. 3 Michigan natives. Bud Madej is tripped. Will there be a penalty here? No, there will not. Rouillard keeps his arms down, and puck played out to center. Dalton Skelly gets the return pass from his defensive partner, Bud Madej. A couple of offensive D guys on the same defensive pair tonight for Coach Wildfong's Brahmas. Kelly feels the pressure coming from Rourke Russell, and O'Brien didn't see where that puck was. Not sure where it was either. And the referee even lost sight of it, so he will just blow this play dead. The faceoff will take place to the right of Connor O'Brien with less than 90 seconds remaining in period 1. 3-1 the score favoring the Cats. 10-3 the shots also favoring the Cats. And not very often you see Corbin Kaspersky get pulled from a hockey game. But he has tonight. Just has not been his night. All 3 goals the Wildcats scored were probably ones that he could have stopped. Adam Goodsir gives it to Austin Bolio. Bolio cuts into the high slot. Trickles one on goal, and it was tipped wide. Cam Clark out to Tyler Drevich, ahead for Romo. And the last minute of play is brought to you by La Quinta Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of your Wichita Falls Wildcats. Garrett Van Wy missed the puck in the neutral zone. Kessel shovels it back in. Noah Gilraith behind the Cats' net with it now. 40 seconds remain in the period. Gilraith out to Hines. Berardinelli steals it, sends Kessel on his way. Kessel right circle, protects the puck, takes it in behind the net, tries a wraparound, padded save by Kapellmeister. Out to the high slot, Madej Gave it across. Estes hammers a shot. Pad save. Berardinelli shoots. Missed wide. Picked up behind the goal. Chopped at. Bounces in the air. Kapellmester's out of position. The puck hit the side of the net. 15 seconds remain in the period. The Brahmas buzzing to get back in this game. Berardinelli goes after it. Gives a couple of shoves to Albrecht, who just clears out to center as it's taken by Estes. Estes fires one wide. It rattles around the boards, and that's going to wrap things up. The first period of Wildcats hockey was brought to you by American Classifieds. It comes to an end, and mercifully so for the Lone Star Brahmas, who were just doing everything they could to get out of that period. Might have been the worst start I've seen them have this season. 3-1 the score in favor of the Wildcats. Could have been a little bit more than that. 11-4 the shots on goal. The Brahmas took them, I believe it took them 11 minutes before they got their first shot. Their second shot ended up being a goal, a power play goal scored by Dalton Skelly. We're going to take a short break here from the KYC. Unfortunately, there won't be a whole lot of updates we can give you as far as an out-of-town scoreboard update is concerned, because this is a 5 p.m. start here in Wichita Falls. Not a whole lot of other teams playing at the moment, if any. But we will be back to break down this game for you in a bit greater detail in a few minutes. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the game up till this point. I know I have. It's been a bit of a barn burner for the Wildcats. Just 11 shots for them and just 4 for the Brahmas. A pretty low shooting period for the most part, but a high-scoring one. Corbin Kaspersky has been pulled. 3 goals scored on the 11 shots the Wildcats took. And not the best start for Corbin Kaspersky. Not very often you see him get yanked from the net by the head coach Dan Wildfong, but he was pulled today. And we'll not be seeing him again. Connor O'Brien, will be playing in his stead. Just 1 goal for the visiting Brahmas, so 3-1 the score in favor of the Wildcats. Their goals have been scored by 3 Michigan natives, Michael Rounds, Nick Rosa, and Ryan Burnett. Each have one tonight. And for the Lone Star Brahmas, the only goal they scored came off the stick of Dalton Skelly on the power play. That's the first power play goal the Wildcats gave up in this game. They're 1 for 2 on the Parkway Grill penalty kill. Last night they had a tremendous night on the PK as well, 7 for 8. And the only power play goal they conceded came on a 6-on-4 after the Brahmas had pulled their netminder to get an extra attacker. So all in all, very solid on the penalty kill. They finally gave up one, however, earlier in this game. So 2 penalties have been called, both against the Wildcats. Andre Paisan with interference, Nick Rosa with boarding. There's not a whole lot of updates from out of town because, there are no games. The Aston, New Jersey game has been postponed. They will not be playing tonight. There are 3 feet of snow up in New Jersey at the moment, so that game will not be taking place. The Aston Rebels and New Jersey Titans will just have to play that one at a later time. The rest of the matchups tonight will not be played until much later this evening. It looks like the Janesville Jets, the Minot Minotauros, and the Odessa Jackalopes may be starting their games in the next hour and 15 minutes or so. And, here's some news in and of itself, folks. The Kenai River Brown Bears won a game last night, and that's been rare for them. They had their 3rd win of the season. They remain the worst team in the North American Hockey League at the moment with just 7 points in the standings, 3-33-1 their record. And they have struggled immensely, to say the least, but they did manage a victory last night against the Springfield Junior Blues. 3-2 the final score in that game, and the Fairbanks Ice Dogs absolutely blew out the Minnesota Wilderness, the Robertson Cup champions from last season. 8-3 was the final in that game. As for the South Division last night, the Corpus Christi Ice Rays and the Odessa Jackalopes were the teams that came out with victories last night. The Rays defeated the Runners by a score of 3-1 at the American Bank Center, getting a series split, and the Odessa Jackalopes blew out the Amarillo Bulls in their own rink, 5-0 from the Amarillo Civic Center. The referees making their way back onto the ice as we speak. And the players have made their way back onto the ice, as you see on your screen. For those of you watching on fasthockey.com, for those of you listening on YouTube, we hope you've enjoyed tuning in to our broadcast on youtube.com and continuing your support despite the number of difficulties we experience all season long. And having a free service such as this comes with a price oftentimes, and unfortunately we cannot be perfect all the time. Fortunately, we haven't had too many issues on YouTube of late. Knocking on wood, hoping that doesn't continue, but what is continuing here is second period action brought to you by American Classifieds, now underway here at the KYC. The Brahmas have some work to do if they want to get back into this game. They've got some ground to make up, 2 goals. As Troy York does a couple of nice plays to himself off the boards. He cuts in behind the net, centers. Beaulieu picks it off, and he will skate it out to the neutral zone. Beaulieu circles back with it. Sends it through center ice. Troy York plays it back out to the neutral zone, and Dalton hammers it back in. Lazarus tries to lift the stick of Estes, knocks it off his skate, gets the puck, centers. A shot from the one-timer on Cronin is stopped by O'Brien, and the Brahmas scramble to clear this puck out. Played off the corner boards. Albrecht centers. Backhand shot was fanned on by Rosa as he went tumbling down to the ice, and Johan Lundgren will skate it back the other way as he's closed off by Holden Cronin. Jeff Baum wheels on one hand with the puck behind his own net, tries to chip it up the boards for Lazarus, picked off by Melberg, sent back to the left point. Giles walks the line. Lundgren wants it back, gets the saucer pass, cuts into the slot, backhand, forehand, shoots, scores! Johan Lundgren finished off a beautiful play. That was all 19, folks. Some good stick handling, some good puck movement in the offensive zone by the Lone Star Brahmas. Johan Lundgren with his third goal as a Lone Star Brahma, and the former Amarillo Bull has put some more pressure on the Wildcats. It's 3-2. And Gilraith hammers a shot into the glove of Connor O'Brien. This is as was mentioned in the pregame show, folks, this is the last time these two teams will meet in the 2015-2016 regular season. And we all expected it to be a good game, and so far it has been. 3-2 the score in favor of the Wildcats. The season series has been as even as just about possible. The Wildcats with 14 points against the Brahmas with 12 against the Cats. Through 11 games, the Wildcats have won 6, the Brahmas 5. Gilraith out to center to negate the 2-on-1. Played it back into the Brahmas zone. Brandon Estes takes over. Pass missed the target. It was Matt Christian who he was hoping for, but no icing because Christian got a piece of it. Russell takes a whack at it, bounces away there from Estes. Russell gets it back and plays it out to the neutral zone. Christian dumps the puck in. Kappelmaster wheels it around the boards. Out to the left point, and Rourke Russell plays it out to Burnett, who's taken down there over the Wildcats logo. That's going to wake you up in the morning. Drevich goes after to get the puck, and the Wildcats end up with it in the neutral zone. Court possession. Melberg back in across the Wichita Falls line. Dropped it back. Here's a point shot. Flutters over the glove of Kappelmaster from, I believe that was Bud Madej. As Drevich works for it along the near corner boards. Poikala comes up with the puck, gives it around the boards. Russell failed to clear it. Wickline shot it, stopped by Kappelmaster. Melberg back to Wickline. This has been all Brahmas. Clark's shot, rather. His shot sticked away by Kappelmaster. Bounces over Rourke's stick. Back to the point. Clark hammers a shot. Went off Poikala's stick and wide of the goal. Gilraith wraps up Oscar Andren down there. Andren and Wickline working for possession of that puck. in behind the Wildcats net along with Gilraith and Poikula. The Wildcats are gassed. Here's a shot from Giles. Skitters wide, and the whistle blows. Not sure what the reason for this is. It looks like an interference penalty will be called, presumably against the Wildcats, since they were exhausted in their own zone for the last minute plus. And it will be Alexi Poikula heading to the Cats penalty box. For the third time tonight, the Brahmas go to work on their power play. The Wildcats and their penalty kill have been okay, but they conceded a goal earlier to Dalton Skelly, who has the puck now. Long shot from the top of the right circle is smothered by Justin Kapelmaster on Cody Wickline. The Wildcats penalty kill is brought to you by Parkway Grill. It's 1 for 2 tonight. The Brahmas trying to tie this game and drop the Cats PK to 1 for 3 if possible. Will not be an easy feat, however. The Cats PK among the best in the league, second best in the North American Hockey League, second best only to the defending Cup champions, the Minnesota Wilderness, as Drevich will drop it back to the right point. Skelly gives it off to York. York to the goal line. Drevich in front. One-timer was fanned on. I believe that was Estes who crept in as Skelly walks the line now. Skelly back to Estes. Left point near the Texoma logo. Here's that Skelly once more. Skelly for York, right circle, one-timer. Estes breaks his stick. And interesting seeing him out there on the power play. He's more of a defensive, stay-at-home kind of defenseman. So interesting decision by the Brahmas coaching staff to have him as the trigger man on their power play. Not to say that Estes can't shoot the puck, it's just not something we're used to seeing. As Drevich tries to spin every which way to try to get away from it. Jaeger, and Cronin works for it along the corner boards against Lundgren. Jeff Baum backhands it up the boards, not out, held in Wickline. Lundgren scales it down the wall. Centering pass picked off by Baum. Out to the right point, Clark has it. Clark dishes for Lundgren. Lundgren with one of the Brahmas' 2 goals tonight. Madej cycles with it. Tries to dish it for Lundgren. Down the wall, Mellberg gave it back to his fellow Swede Lundgren. Puck partially picked off and poked into the neutral zone. Madej takes over. 20 seconds remaining in the Alexi Poikula interference penalty. Mellberg gave it across. Clark put it in front. Mellberg, side of the net, they score. Good puck movement, good passing again by the Lone Star Brahmas, and Tyler Drevich with his 3rd goal of the series has tied the game back up. And it's 3-3. That is 2 for 3 for the Lone Star Brahmas this evening, folks, on the power play. The Wildcats have got to do a better job of staying disciplined and staying out of the penalty box, because it's cost them 2 out of the 3 times tonight. Here's Kessel, right side, shoots, pad save Kapelmaster, bounces into the slot, chopped out of there by Rosa. Rosa played it into the corner, and Hines will take it. Hines for Austin Albrecht, backhand pass to Rosa. Rosa gains the blue line, fans on the shot, spins and falls down, one hands it towards the crease, and it was picked off and sent into the neutral zone again. Peter Kessel at center ice gains the blue line and shoots it, missed wide. Kessel working for it against Hines, poked free, centering pass, a shot is stopped by Justin Kapelmaster on Joey Fallon. I think Fallon fired that puck mid-trip. He fell down there and took a shot while he was in the air, while his skates weren't on the ice. Not easy to do. Off win by the Wildcats, but it goes in behind their net, taken by the Brahmas. Drevich gave it back to Estes, who shoved off the puck. Played around the end boards. Litviak just rams into a man and the left point. It's Estes giving it across for Clark. His shot through traffic didn't get past Paisan. And what have we here? Well, the fans hollering here. The Brahmas coaches have their palms uplifted. They believe there should be a penalty on this play. Awkward hit that Hogan Davidson took from Nikita Litviak, and that's what caused the hollering here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. Don't think there's a more hated player in this league than Hogan Davidson, and the Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfong not sure why a penalty wasn't called. Litviak was the one who delivered the hit on Hogan Davidson, and the fans liking that until they realized that Hogan Davidson might be hurt. Yeager cleanly wins the neutral zone draw. No penalties upcoming for either side. Play continues here as Dalton scales it down the wall, and it's poked off the stick of Paisan. Nearly intercepted by Yeager. Chopped out to the left side for Berardinelli. Berardinelli in, shoots, glove save, Kappelmaster, and he squats on that one. Drevich to take the offensive zone draw. One cleanly. Medei's shot through traffic, fought off partially by Kappelmaster. Didn't get all of it, but enough to stop it from going in the net. Cronin banks it off the glass, bounces down onto Beaulieu's stick. Beaulieu stick handles and shoots wide, bounces in front, and Goodsir took down a man in Medei. No penalty. Long shot from the left point, missed wide. Haven't seen a whole lot of action on the right side of the ice this period as Cronin's shot redirected off a stick and over the net. Drevich up the wall, couldn't clear it. Long shot. Goodsir missed the net. Beaulieu takes a hit from Bud Medei. Sent back to Cronin. Cronin steps in, near corner, put it in front, redirected off Goodsir's skate and just wide. Beaulieu chops it back to the left point. This is the most sustained pressure the Cats have had this period as Baum misses high with a wrist shot from the left point. Lazarus backhands one to Baum. Left point again. His shot missed wide again. Lazarus again. Near circle. Lazarus gave it down the wall. Beaulieu for Goodsir. Goodsir for Lazarus. Fans on the shot. Goes to get the puck in the corner. And a penalty upcoming here. Lazarus was cross-checked, but I don't think that's what the penalty is going to be for. I saw Stephen Rouillard's hand in the air, and I saw him looking over across the ice near the Wildcats bench. Not sure what he saw. Adam Goodsir being escorted now to the Wildcats penalty box. The Lone Star Brahmas have yet to be called for a penalty, and it looks like, hold that thought, Tyler Drevich being sent as well. So Goodsir and Drevich are going to have a seat. And we will remain at 5 skaters aside. Brahmas take the puck right off the faceoff as Peter Kessel crisscrosses with Jacob Romo. Kessel puts on the brakes, top of the left circle, played it in behind, goes off the backboards, and Albrecht takes over possession. Albrecht's pass went off of Skelly's stick. Skelly going after it as Rosa falls down. And there will be a penalty here. Looks like an interference penalty will be called. This time it will be against the Brahmas, and Brandon Estes is going to be sent to the Brahmas sin bin. So finally the Wildcats will have a chance in the Jim Arnold's collision power play. We're nearly halfway through this game, and The Cats have yet to be on the power play until now. That was a very questionable call, to say the least. Looked like Rosa just tripped after having skated into Brandon Estes. I don't like the call, but the Wildcats will take it, and we'll see if they can do some damage here on this man advantage. Paisan working for the puck. He's wrapped up by Giles. Davidson aiding his alternate captain defenseman. Albrecht's got it loose down there along the end boards. Rosa knocks it loose, and it's picked up by Paisan. Slid back to Rounds. Rounds towards the corner. Right point, Rounds takes another wrist shot. Tipped and stopped by the left pad of Connor O'Brien as Lazarus collides with Hogan Davidson down there in the corner. Or that's Giles, rather, and Paisan takes over possession. Dishes for Rounds at the right point, and he tried to stick handle away from Berardinelli, who skates full steam ahead trying to catch up to him. Rounds spun away from him. Berardinelli to the bench for a line change, and that's going to instigate a sigh of relief for the Wildcats and their fans as Wickline clears. 10.5 to go in period 2, brought to you by American Classifieds. 6 goals have been scored in this barn burner, 3 apiece, 3 by the Cats, 3 by the Brahmas, as we're nearing the halfway point of regulation time as Ryan Burnett gains the blue line on his backhand, stops. Burnett surveys, gives to the goal line now for Beaulieu. Beaulieu back to the high slot. Rounds takes a wrist shot through traffic. It was blocked by Wickline and picked up by Beaulieu. Beaulieu for Rounds. Rounds for Poikala. Right circle, takes the shot, fought off, rebound. Litviak backhands it. Left pad save by Connor O'Brien, and the Brahmas will settle this puck down and shoot it down the ice. Half minute remains on the Brandon Estes interference penalty. The Wildcats have had some decent looks on this power play, but have yet to solve Connor O'Brien since he came into the game in relief of Corbin Kaspersky. Alexei Poikala stick handling into the offensive zone. His shot hit a leg. Litviak put it through the net mouth on a hard and heavy shot. Burnett settles it down. Right point, Gilraith plays it towards the corner. Couldn't get it to Litviak. Picked off by Clark and sent the length of the ice. Master gives it up the boards, and Burnett will take over. Estes back on the ice, 5 skaters aside. Burnett played it in behind. Around the far corner boards, Litviak slips it down the wall and in behind the net. Sean Giles for Hogan Davidson. Davidson for Cam Clark. Clark will blast this puck around the end boards. Holden Cronin. On the left wing for Rourke Russell, who gave it away. Lundgren will slam it back in. Kapelmaster played it out to Rourke, who did a no-look pass between his legs on the tape for Yeager, who gains the line crisscrossing with Van Wy, and Yeager's taken into the glass. Johan Lundgren wrapped up now by Yeager. Right corner in the Wildcat zone. Lundgren escapes with it. He's had a pretty tremendous series as well. The new players on the Lone Star Brahmas, Tyler Drevich, Johan Lundgren, and Jakob Romo have all had pretty successful series. And there was some pushing and shoving down there between Cronin and Lundgren. Cronin got the last say in the exchange. We'll see if that little extra shove costs him here. And both of them now being sent to their respective penalty boxes. Johan Lundgren pleading that he thought he was cross-checked by Cronin in the blue paint near Kapelmaster. We remain at 5 skaters aside here. But Cronin and Lundgren will be unavailable to their teams for the next 2 minutes at least, as Gilraith takes it deep in his own zone. Jeff Baum picks it up, gives it up the wall, eludes Lazarus. Albrecht in pursuit. Giles out to center. Wickline has it there. In front of the Wildcats bench, Romo takes a hit from Baum. Romo gets it in deep. Rosa spins and gets it to Baum. Gilraith ends up with it. Feeds Albrecht, the Wildcats' leading scorer. Jakob Romo will wheel the puck ahead. He drops it off for Berardinelli. His shot went off Rosa's skate and wide. And the Wildcats get it out to the neutral zone. Cam Clark. Rosa failed to steal the puck from Berardinelli. Good back check by Van Wy. Berardinelli gave it across. Here's a shot, missed wide on the far side. Drevich dekes past Van Wy, gets in down low, feeds it back to the point for Bud Madej, whose shot fought off Kapellmaster, cleared to Van Wy, and given out to Alexi Poikala. Van Wy dishes it in deep. Goodsir delivers a healthy hit there on Tyler Drevich, who is still down. Long, quick shot from Bolio is fought off from a severe angle. Goodsir calling for it, and the pass not quite in the wheelhouse. I think it was poked away from him last second. As the Wildcats regroup, and Dalton has just iced the puck. 6 minutes and 44 seconds remain in period 2. This one's all evened up at 3 goals apiece. The Wildcats had a 3-1 lead going into this period. Now we're all tied up at 3. Goals in this game in the following order have been scored by Michael Rounds, Nick Rosa, Dalton Skelly, Ryan Burnett, Johan Lundgren, and Tyler Drevich. A different goal scorer on each one of these tallies. As Giles hammers a shot in and out of the glove of Kapellmaster. Rounds takes the man. Goodsir picks up the puck. And good communication there between the two billet mates. Skelly for Kelly. His shot, stick save Kapellmaster. Bolio falls down, held in right point. Giles feathers one in deep. Rounds takes a hit from Kelly, who tried to get it back to Skelly, and the puck is cleared out to center. Hogan Davidson circles in his own zone, jukes out Bolio, gains the Wildcats blue line and dumps it in. Michael Rounds for Jake Dalton. Now Austin Bolio, the University of Alabama Huntsville commit, got it across, and Yeager's in. His shot went off a stick and out of play. 5:58 remain in period 2. We're still deadlocked at 3 goals apiece. The Wildcats have not scored in this period. Go to our second period media timeout. For the advertisement videos on behalf of Children's Miracle Network, some of the players were at United Regional earlier this week. Being interviewed on their experience with the equipment that the funds will go towards. All the funds that are raised from tonight's post-game jersey off our back auction, the Children's Miracle Network jerseys that the Wildcats are wearing tonight, will all belong to folks other than these players tonight. They will be bidding on them after the game. The auction will be live. It will be led by Tobin McDuff of KFDX. Puck works its way in front for Yeager. His shot into the breadbasket of Corbin Kaspersky, or Connor O'Brien rather, and he hangs on to that one. Bud Madej plays it in deep. Berardinelli gave it across. Peter Kessel Right corner back to the right point for Giles. Tried to return it for him, bounces off a stick. Now left corner, Tyler Drevich has it. Slides it back to the far point. Giles returns it. Drevich into the slot for Kessel. His shot missed on the far side. Again, great puck movement by the Lone Star Brahmas. This time they just failed to capitalize. Ryan Burnett flying through center. The pass missing him. It went between his skate and his stick. Burnett wrapped up behind the Brahmas net now by Bud Madej as Romo takes a hit from Rosa, who centers. Burnett's open, but he couldn't settle the puck down as he works for possession now. The puck's just been slid D from Dalton to Rounds, and the Wildcats will be guilty of a penalty. It's going to be for elbowing, I believe, against Ryan Burnett. Brahmas will be going to their fourth power play of the night, which has been excellent this evening. They've moved the puck well. They've got the momentum on their side, and the Wildcats are treading some dangerous waters now, folks. The game tied 3 goals apiece. 4:43 remain in period 2. 18-15 the shots in favor of the Wildcats, but the Brahmas have been buzzing all period long for their first lead of the game. Here's Dalton Skelly. Cam Clark wants it near circle. Skelly walks the point. Dishes it off for Tyler Drevich. Drevich settles it down right point. Martin Melberg's got it. Melberg back to the high slot. Dalton Skelly midpoint now. Drevich returns it. Skelly shot it. Stopped by Kapellmeister, and a penalty upcoming. I think based on the body language, this will be against the Lone Star Brahmas, and Johan Lundgren again complaining to the referees. And they don't care. They're going to send him off. I think he got one too many cross checks in there, although Rouillard is signaling a holding penalty against Johan Lundgren, who is furious in there. So we now go to 4-on-4 hockey. Some of the faster skaters are going to be out there for the duration of this, for the next 99 seconds. Goodsir, Bolio, Dalton, and Rounds on the ice for the Cats. Drevich, Skelly, Clark, and Berardinelli on the ice for the Brahmas. Dalton wheels in, doesn't have anyone to pass to. Clark took it away from him. As he pushes it up the boards, gets back on it, sets up Berardinelli through center. His shot blocked by Bolio. Bolio just takes him into the boards shortly thereafter. Goodsir spins away from Drevich. Rounds over, skates it, takes some pushes and shoves there from Drevich. Puck jabbed ahead. Bolio one-hands it further, missing Goodsir. Clark. Drevich fakes the toe drag and shoots wide. Berardinelli played it off the mesh and behind the net. 3.5 to go in period 2. This game still tied at 3. It has been for the majority of this period. Ever since the 5-minute mark, 5.5-minute mark of period 2, we've been tied at 3. The last goal came off the stick of Tyler Drevich on the power play. He had a tap-in goal after he was set up by Cameron Clark and Johan Lundgren. What a series he has had, both Drevich and Lundgren. Two tremendous additions to this Lone Star Brahmas team. Their coach and their general manager are hoping those will be the final pieces of the puzzle they need to compete as a Robertson Cup champion. Three and a half now remain in period 2. We're still tied at 3. The faceoff will take place in the Wildcat zone as we're 43 seconds away from an abbreviated Wildcats power play. For now, we're on the 4-on-4 as Kessel's shot missed high and wide. Cronin takes him out of the play, gets the puck, backhands it to Baum. Baum fires the puck ahead. Lazarus dips the shoulder, couldn't get around Estes. We've seen him try to use the power move a number of times this season. It just didn't work out this time as Troy York's got it on the right side. Long shot, stick save, Kapellmeister, and the puck goes out of play. Here's Nick Rosa. Skates down the right side deliberately, takes a long shot that was off target. The Wildcats will now have a very short Jim Arnold's collision power play. Will just be a dozen seconds. Time for perhaps one quick shot. Pass out to the neutral zone. Rosa is onside, but Litviak carried it back over the line. Litviak delays. He's back onside again. Skelly takes over and gives it out to Drevich. Drevich spins away from Rosa, backhands it out to center. We're 5 skaters aside, and Davidson gave it back deep into his own zone as Madej takes a hit from Litviak. Litviak trying to knock it loose. Madej's still wrapped up down there. Had his stick lifted, and Davidson got it across to Drevich. Hogan Davidson surveys. Paisan bats the puck down. Will this be a high stick? Yes, it will, and the faceoff will come into the Wildcat zone. Paisan played that puck with a high stick. As we're now 1 minute and 50 seconds away from our second intermission. The shots have been just about leveled up here. The Brahmas trail the Wildcats in shots 18-17. The score, of course, even at 3 goals apiece. And after the first period, the Cats had been leading the Brahmas 11-4 in shots on goal, and that changed pretty quickly. Both periods, the ice has been tilted. And the action has pretty much taken place to our left as Poikila delivers a big hit on Peter Kessel. The fans loving that. Here's Eric Yeager. Boy, I'll tell you something. For a Finn, for a European, Alexei Poikila can really play the body. He centered one, hopped over the net. You know, they're not, hockey is not very physical in Europe as Rounds' shot is redirected on goal. Second chance, Yeager shot one off the left pad of Connor O'Brien. And look out, Yeager just going relentlessly after a player down there. Couldn't tell who that was. I think it's Cam Clark. And now Yeager is being harassed by a bunch of Brahmas down there. Yeager will be going into the penalty box here. He was trying relentlessly to knock that puck loose. He felt like Clark was diving on it, and Yeager is being sent off the ice. Bit of a scary moment here for Cam Clark. He looks to be all right. Skating under his own power back to the Lone Star bench. And this is a 5-minute major, folks. Eric Yeager, not sure if he's going to get a penalty for spearing or what, but this could really, really go a long way in shaping the outcome of this game. The Wildcats' penalty kill tonight has been pretty horrendous. They're just 2 for 4. And now they are tasked with a 5-minute major penalty assessed to one of their better penalty killers in Eric Yeager. Look out, Bolio flies down the neutral zone, down the slot, had the puck poked off his stick by Bud Madej, who back-checked and knocked it away from Bolio, failed to protect it from him as Lundgren slips the puck back to the left point, and Madej's shot was blocked. As it goes in behind the net, Cronin working for it. Drevich is down on his knees. Goodsir, Baum, and Cronin all working for it. Finally, they work it out, and Goodsir lost a handle on it. The Brahmas still in control in the offensive zone. Madej gave it down low. Baum going after it, far corner. Last minute of play is brought to you by La Quinta Inn and Suites as Skelly holds the puck alive right point. Gives it to Lundgren. Skelly again, high slot. Down to the left circle, Madej returns. Skelly quarterbacking the umbrella power play. He shot one wide. As Melberg gave it back to Skelly, time for one last shot, which has just expired. And the Wildcats will escape this period without conceding another goal. The Brahmas have not led in this game, but they're going to have a chance to. 3:55 remain on their power play. Eric Yeager could be done for the night, folks. Looks like, according to PointStreak.com, the penalty assessed to Eric Yeager was for slashing, a game misconduct, 5-minute major and a game misconduct. So Eric Yeager's night is done. He will be unavailable for the remainder of the game for Coach LaFontaine and the Wildcats, and that's a pretty big blow. Losing their only veteran center. We're going to take another break from here. We've got our second period intermission now underway. 3-3 the score. The Brahmas scoring 2 unanswered second period goals to tie the game up at 3. 19-17 the shots on goal. And we'll be back with you momentarily to break down this game for you in greater detail. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. We apologize for the long intermission break. Had some stuff to take care of here at the KYC. It's expected to be quite a raucous night following tonight's game with the jersey off our back auction that will be taking place, along with the player performance, which I must add is tremendous. I've listened to it. A very creatively written song by the players, which they will be performing shortly after this game comes to an end. And it will be in honor of Children's Miracle Network at United Regional. KFDX's very own Tobin McDuff will be leading the live auction immediately following tonight's game. The chairs and the stage all set up down in behind the net of Connor O'Brien on the left side of your screen. Third period action brought to you by American Classifieds is underway. This will be the third and final period that these two South Division rivals will play one another for the remainder of the 2015-2016 season, barring, of course, the 3-on-3 overtime period. The Lone Star Brahmas have 3 minutes and 50 seconds to work a very long power play. The Wildcats without one of their better penalty killers in Eric Yeager, as Clark overskates the puck. Skelly had just done so moments prior. You wonder if there's an issue with the ice. Sometimes it's tough with a clean sheet of ice after having just played on shaved ice to readjust. That's the third time the Brahmas have done that, and now the official finally blows the whistle, saying there must be one too many divots in the ice, and they're going to have a look now. All 3 times Brahma overskated the puck. It happened in the middle of the ice near the Wildcats logo, or in the middle of the blue line in the Lone Star zone. See what they do about this. All the players have been sent back to their benches. I think they're just going to wait for this ice to dry up a little bit. There's too much water down there. The players can't really do anything except wait. Zamboni didn't get around to finishing resurfacing the ice until it was a bit too late in the intermission. So with one too many puddles down there, the referees have decided it is most fair to just wait this thing out. The first time we've seen this happen this season. Typically the ice dries up pretty quickly after the Zamboni does its thing. Interesting to see this happening here. After eyeballing it, I didn't think twice about it, but after eyeballing it now, it does look like there's some puddles down there that probably shouldn't be the case. Although it looks like it's the worst in the Wildcat zone, not in the Brahma zone, which is where they kept overskating the puck. watching some of the linesmen skate around down there. It looks like they're skating through water, but they're going to play on. They can only delay this for so long, so the players are just going to have to deal with this. Ice conditions will not always be at 100%, and it's all part of the sport. And if they ever aspire to play at the National Hockey League level, they will definitely have to get used to this, because even in the pros, the ice can't be perfect, and especially during outdoor games, which are becoming more and more common in the National Hockey League, with the Stadium Series now being played and the Winter Classic every season, of course, on New Year's Day. As Drevich got it to Lundgren, chipped ahead and back to the right point. Clark slides it across. Long shot into the glove of Kapellmeister. His first save of period 3, brought to you by American Classifieds. We're just a minute into this third period, and we're still tied at 3 goals apiece. Just under 3 minutes remain on the Eric Yeager penalty for slashing is what it ultimately was decided to be for. Eric Yeager uncharacteristically getting a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. Eric Yeager jokingly dubbed by his teammates as the nicest player in the league, and can't say that's too far-fetched of a thing to say. He's an extremely nice and humble young man. It's very uncommon to see him do something like that. It didn't look overly malicious to me. It looked like he was just frustrated trying to pry the puck loose from underneath Cameron Clark, who he thought was just laying on it for too long. And if you're a player in the offensive zone and a defender just, dives his body over the puck, that's extremely frustrating. Basically the same thing as shooting the puck over the glass, which at the professional level is a penalty. At this level it is not. But if you're in your own zone, you shoot the puck over the glass, then that's delay of game at higher levels. And sometimes the official can even call a delay of game penalty for what Clark was doing, which was trying to kill off or slow down the Wildcats' attack by just laying on the puck. Yeager, in his frustration, got one jab too many and got him somewhere he shouldn't have, and was given a 5-minute slashing major and a game misconduct, so he will not be available. The Wildcats will have to do without him. Somebody else I've noticed who has not been on the ice, Samu Suminen for the Lone Star Brahmas, number 5 in black. One of their more defensive-minded defensemen is also unavailable, it looks like. Haven't seen him on the bench since earlier in the second period, so one player from each side unavailable to his team, as Lazarus steals the puck from his backhand and works it ahead down his off wing. Lazarus, short-handed, will play a little keep away as he sends it back to Jeff Baum. Baum gains the blue line and trickles it in deep behind the Lone Star net. Connor O'Brien plays it, and the Brahmas end up with it in the neutral zone. Lundgren gains the line. Drevich has it right circle, back to Lundgren. Tipped down, he takes a funny hit there from Baum, no penalty. Baum working for it. Melberg goes around the boards, held in. No, it was couldn't be held in. It trickled over the stick, it looked like, of Bud Madej, who has to go back to play it now, and the Lone Star power play has not looked too great. The Wildcats killed off the first 4 minutes, only surrendering 2 shots on goal. Cam Clark takes over with just over half a minute remaining on this very long power play for the Brahmas. Plays it off the far half boards. Dalton goes D-to-D in behind his own net for Rounds. There's a loose glove on the ice down there behind Kapellmeister's net, and the puck has just been cleared out to center. Bolio turns on the Jets, gets to it, had a blowout. The Brahmas take it back. Cam Clark for Tyler Drevich. Drevich ahead for Matt Christian. Christian tried to get it in deep, backhand pass around the boards. Drevich passed it off the glove that's loose down there. And it's finally jabbed up to the right point. Cam Clark hammers a shot, missed wide short side. Rourke Russell's out of the box, and the Wildcats return to full strength. A very successful Parkway Grill penalty kill for the Wildcats as Goodsir takes over, far corner. We remain 3 goals apiece. We're also tied in the shots department at 19. Puck sky-hooked out to the neutral zone, and Gilraith will backhand it ahead for Ryan Burnett, who's brought down. Goodsir over the line with Van Wy. He shoots, blocker save by O'Brien. Picked up near corner, Van Wy to the left point. Hines' shot tipped on goal and stopped by O'Brien. Or possibly it was blocked by Cody Wickline. Garrett Van Wy working for it. Brandon Estes gives him a shove. Van Wy put it in front and it's picked off by Estes, who will skate it away. 15-12 to go in period 3, brought to you by American Classifieds as Skelly centers and Gilraith chops it away. This game all deadlocked at 3 goals apiece and 19 shots apiece as Gilraith assumes control. Matt Hines couldn't get it around Troy York, putting on the pressure on the forecheck. Guides a pass back to Sean Giles. It went beyond his skate and all the way down. Connor O'Brien will leave it behind his own net. Giles with a lead pass for Fallon. Rosa takes down Berardinelli away from the puck, no penalty. Rosa picks it up. Gave it to Albrecht. Lazarus had it stolen from him by Giles, and Clark, or Madej rather, will hook it out to the neutral zone. Bounces down and Dalton gives it to Rounds. Rounds out to center. Berardinelli for Kessel. Kessel overskates it. Rosa can't clear. Brahmas fire it back in. I think that puck ended up out of play. 14:06 to go in period 3. Hasn't been a very exciting third period. Not a whole lot of shots on goal for either side. Just 2 total. Both of them came from the Lone Star Brahmas, and both of them came on the power play. As Eric Yeager is all dressed up in his suit and bow tie. Back up here with the healthy scratches because his night is over. Estes was stripped of it by Paisan. Paisan runs into Estes down there. Backhand pass to the left point, Cronin. Baum fires a long shot, missed wide short side. And Melberg with a chance to clear, and he does. 13.5 to go in period 3. 3-3 the score, 19-19 the shots. It's been an evenly fought game. As we expected here, it's been an evenly fought series. We're 11 2/3 games of this series. It's been, there have been some up and down moments, but all in all and overall, it's been a very closely contested series as Baum shoots the one-timer that was blocked by Carson Kelly. Giles put it in around the end boards for Cam Clark. Clark out to center, pass intercepted by Goodsir. Goodsir has it right circle, Beaulieu to the goal. Backhand shot from Goodsir is stopped by Connor O'Brien. And Davidson skates it down the left side now. Davidson stops against Gilraith, centered it. Kelly couldn't get free, and he's hauled down, no penalty. Kelly's brought down to the ice again by Matt Hines. It was unintentional. Hines was just trying to pry his stick free. York rattles it in deep. Kappelmaster gives it to Hines. Out for Burnett, bounces off the skates of Wickline. Van Wy chops it out to the neutral zone, and Skelly will rattle it back in. Goes around the glass. Hines is hauled down by Wickline. Loose puck picked up. Berardinelli's shot stopped by Kappelmaster. Gloved out of there by Rosa. Rosa trying to work it up the boards, hoping for Lazarus. It's kept alive. Kessel coughs it up. Lazarus leads the rush the other way on a 3-on-2. Albrecht's got it left circle. His shot, pad saved by O'Brien. Down goes Albrecht. He was just shoved down to the ice by Bud Madej as Dalton's shot was blocked. And the Brahmas will skate it down the other way. Berardinelli hauls it into the Wildcat zone. Sticked away from him by Michael Rounds. Michael Rounds with a pretty good defensive stick. Also with lots of offensive upside. Here's a shot from Romo. He missed the net high. Held in left point by Estes. Gave it away, and Lazarus finds Albrecht. That was Dalton, rather. Albrecht dumped it into the Lone Star zone. Joey Fallon works it around the end boards. Kappelmaster didn't stop it. It goes into the far corner. Litviak steals it, guides it back behind his own goal line for Dalton, who gave it to Michael Rounds. Rounds trying to filter it up the boards for Paisan, who left it off for Poikila. Poikila to Dalton, across to Rounds. Jake Dalton once again hooks it into the Lone Star zone, batted down by Estes and settled by Drebich. Estes again for Melberg. Melberg's shot was partially blocked by Dalton and off the mesh and out of play. We're nearing the midway point of period 3. It's been a very uneventful period. Just 5 shots on goal, 3 to the Brahmas and 2 to the Wildcats. No goals have been scored for either side. And no penalties have been called in this period either. The penalty to Eric Yeager occurred late in period 2, and it carried over into this one. It was a 5-minute major for slashing, and again, his night is done. He's actually up here with the healthy scratches, dressed in his suit and bow tie. Bolio for Cronin. Cronin over the line for Goodsir, whose shot was blocked by Giles. Into the corner, Goodsir knocks it loose. Giles does as well. Into the far corner now, Carson Kelly. Burnett forechecking, stealing the puck. Bolio's got it. Burnett wants it. Bolio instead gives it to Baum, right point. His shot missed. Bounces in behind the net. It rattled off of Goodsir's skate, who's now being interfered with by Bud Madej, who's getting away with it. Madej still wrapping him up. There's a loose puck down there amidst the 4 bodies who are all battling for it. Goodsir is cross-checked down to the ice by Madej. No penalty again, and the Brahmas end up with it. Kelly gets it out, hoping for Davidson, who's a bit too far for him. Giles tied up by Goodsir. Bolio chips it ahead. Van Wy goes to the net. Bolio shot right circle. His shot is stopped by Kaspersky's right pad, O'Brien's rather, and the Brahmas escape with no harm done. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remain in period 3. Still tied at 3 goals apiece here at the KYC. We have been since the 5-minute and 33-second mark of period 2, and the puck ended up in one of the players' benches. Now we go to our third period media timeout. Both coaches are going to be looking to do whatever they can to light a fire under their troops and ignite the players on their team, because as of right now, neither side has generated a whole lot of attack in this period. It'll be interesting following these teams, or these coaches, I guess, at the Top Prospects Tournament in Plymouth, Michigan. The Wildcats head coach John LaFontaine and the Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfong will be coaching together. They're adversaries tonight, but they will be allies tomorrow. Two fantastic coaches who have led their teams to tremendous amounts of success. And when asked if there would be any headbutting or stepping on any toes between the two of them, John LaFontaine quickly said absolutely not, as a long point shot from Gilraith is stopped by Connor O'Brien. Into the far corner it goes. Garrett Van Wy back to the right point. Gilraith left point now. Hines bobbles it at the blue line and has to play it out in center ice. And Romo takes a slap shot blocked by Hines. Hines and Romo come together, played around the boards, held in, right wall, and Christian's shot went off a leg and out of play. And a disagreement ensuing thereafter between Romo and Van Wy, I believe, or Hines rather. One of the penalty boxes is open. The Lone Star penalty box is open. Jacob Romo is going to head over there now. Fans liking the looks of this. The Wildcats will have a chance on the power play now. It's going to be 2 minutes against number 14 in black. The newest addition to the Lone Star Brahmas. He's going to have a seat. And for just the third time tonight, the Wildcats will have a look on the Jim Arnold's Collision power play. They have not yet scored on the man advantage. Adam Goodsir will take the offensive zone draw. Hogan Davidson being kicked out. Not without complaining. And Berardinelli wins the faceoff regardless. Puck has just been fired off the glass and out of play. So we're going to have to try this again, this time from the, no, it will stay in the same circle. Faceoff between Goodsir and Davidson in the faceoff circle to the right of Connor O'Brien. This time Goodsir wins the draw. Here's Rounds, left point. Bolio put it in front. It was tipped wide by Poikala. Puck fired off the boards and out into the neutral zone. Rounds sets up shop now in his own end. Gives to Bolio. Bolio on the right side, rattles it in deep. Bounces on Connor O'Brien, who wraps it back around the boards. Poikala played it in deep. Goodsir tried to get it to Bolio. Well, that's Rosa, rather. Here's Poikala. Rosa from in behind the Brahmas net. Tried to pivot away from Clark. Poikala got it out. Here's a shot. Blocked. They score. It was batted in by Goodsir, but the referee saying this was hit with a high stick. This goal will not count. Goodsir knocked that puck in above the height of the crossbar, and this goal is not going to count. And here come the Boo-Birds. And looking on the Jumbotron at the replay, that puck was clearly hit in by a high stick from Adam Goodsir, so no goal. And number 12 in red, hoping for his third goal of the series. He had 2 last night. He leads the North American Hockey League with 24 on the season and has had an incredible campaign, but that one's just not going to count. John LaFontaine getting an explanation now from the referee, Stephen Rouillard. I'm not sure what the confusion is. It was pretty clear as daylight, at least from my vantage point. The Brahmas shorthanded for the next minute and 10 seconds. The Wildcats trying to avoid being a bunch of offers tonight on the power play. They're 0 for 2 thus far. Hoping to avoid dropping to 0 for 3. As they scrum away for that loose puck down there in the far corner in the Lone Star zone. Wrapped around the boards, Bolio has it, looks to the point, Rounds is there. Rounds across, Poikala far circle. Bolio, fan on the one-time shot, didn't get enough of it. Rosa centered and it was cleared the length of the ice by Tyler Drebich. Applemaster gave it away to Davidson. Davidson now wrapped up by Noah Gilraith. Litviak trying to jar it loose. Davidson is sitting on top of that puck down there and trying to draw the same thing that Cameron Clark did, which forced Eric Yeager from the game. .2 seconds remain on the penalty to Jacob Romo. Johnny Lazarus, Austin Albrecht, Nikita Litviak, Noah Gilraith, and Jake Dalton on the ice for this power play, or what's left of it. 6:51 to go in period 3. We're tied at 3 goals apiece. 23-20 the shots on goal in favor of the Cats, and Albrecht is sprung by Gilraith down his off wing. Albrecht working on Giles. Slams on the brakes. Davidson had it go off of Rouillard's skates, and Gilraith will take over possession in center ice and leave it for Dalton. Dalton in his own zone. Now to center. Lazarus gains the Brahmas line. Romo's out of the box. We're 5 skaters aside. The Wildcats are now 0 for 3 on the Jim Arnold's Collision power play tonight. And Davidson tries to sell a penalty after he was hit into the boards, and he's down on the ice right now. It's like Hogan Davidson is unsure of why there's not a penalty here. He thinks he was slammed headfirst into the boards. And when there are puck battles in the corners, that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. If you take a hit you don't like, it's like going to the front of the net. You can't complain every time you take a cross check to the back, or a hit you think should have been a penalty. In the dirty areas, the referees will let things go. Davidson was furious, and Sean Giles just now finishing up his conversation with one of the linesmen here, Tyler Loftus. Continues to get an explanation from him on the Lone Star bench at the moment. Face-off is won by the Brahmas. Here's Martin Melberg. Johan Lundgren weaves into the Wildcat zone, still without the puck. He's wrapped up by Jeff Baum. It's a 50-50 puck down there as Melberg takes a few hits from Cronin. 5 players trying to pry it loose. The Brahmas end up with it. Clark at the right point. Long shot, went off a stick and goes off the mesh and out of play. 5:46 to go in period 3. Three's gone wild. 3-3 the score in the third period. At 23-20 the shots on goal favoring the Wildcats. There has not been a goal in this game for an entire period. Longer than an entire period. Period and a half. The 5:33 mark of period 2 was the last time there was a goal scored. We're now in the 15-minute mark of period 3. Good sir. This pass went on and off of Burnett's tape. Burnett leaves it for Goodsir, far circle, who will drop it back to Cronin at the right point. His shot blocked by Romo. Second chance. Down, it was dropped. A second chance again. Bolio's shot was stopped by Connor O'Brien. And the puck has slid back to the left point. Dalton, fans on the wrist shot. And the puck cleared out to center. It's Peter Kessel with some speed down the right side. He's in, he shoots, pad save, Kappelmaster, and he's run into by Peter Kessel. This time there will be a penalty. Kappelmaster shaken up down there in the blue paint. And we hope he's all right. He's got his helmet off. There's a broken stick down there as well. Peter Kessel really just charged into Justin Kappelmaster, who's still hurt, folks. He's in some clear discomfort down there. And Brian Deathridge of United Regional tending to him now. Peter Kessel will go for charging or goaltender interference, whatever the referee decides is most appropriate. And watching on the replay on the Jumbotron, now this is a difficult topic because there's almost always controversy on goaltender interference penalties. As the rule stands, as a skater, you have to make the greatest effort possible, I should say, to avoid making contact with the goaltender. If the referee believes you did not make the greatest effort you possibly could have to avoid contact with the goaltender, he is supposed to call goaltender interference. However, this is not the call. It's going to be charging, according to the hand signals and the hand gestures from Stephen Rouillard down there. It looks like this will be 2 minutes for charging against Peter Kessel. And it looks like Brian Deathridge is done, working with Kappelmaster, who's now back on his skates. And you can hear now he's getting a big round of applause from a very appreciative K. Yeager Coliseum crowd. 5 minutes remain in period 3. The Wildcats are 0 for 3 on the Jim Reynolds Collision power play of the night. If they can get one here, then they can really put the Brahmas in a difficult spot. Giles wraps it all the way around the boards. We're now past the three-quarter mark of this period. Less than 5 minutes remain. We're tied up at 3 goals apiece. The Wildcats have not scored a goal since the first period. Hogan Davidson ties himself up down there for our corner, trying to kill as much time as he possibly can. And again, he has covered himself completely over the puck, and the referee doesn't like it, so he blows the whistle. Faceoff goes out to the neutral zone where Davidson beat Goodsir off the draw. The Brahmas fall back into a neutral zone trap. Michael Rounds has it in his own end and dishes to the right side for Poikula, who's run into by Davidson. That halts the Wildcats' progress. Michael Rounds back on it. Lazarus turns it in deep. Goodsir goes after it with Skelly. Skelly beats him to it. Knocked off the puck by Poikula, who slides it back to the left point for Rounds. Rounds surveys and gives to Bolio. Bolio's shot pass was blocked by Davidson, and the Brahmas end up with it. Berardinelli down his off wing. Takes the shot. Glove save, Kappelmaster. Berardinelli has his stick checked. All 5 Wildcats on the back check. Didn't want to see him get another shorthanded breakaway. Goodsir delays at the left point. Tried to slip it through. Look out. There goes Berardinelli towards the end of a shift. We'll see if he's still got enough speed. He's wiped out. He goes into Kappelmaster, and the net's been dislodged. This is going to be a trip against the Wildcats. We'll see if this goes for a penalty shot. I don't think that will be the case. But there will be a clear tripping call made, and Davidson, I'm sure, asking why there was not a penalty shot called. Even at the end of a shift, Alex Berardinelli with blazing speed. Out behind the Wildcats defense, they managed to catch up to him, but they did so illegally. I think that's Austin Albrecht down there in the Wildcats penalty box. We go back to the 4-on-4. It is Austin Albrecht, 2 minutes for tripping. Fortunately for the Wildcats, nothing more came of it, like a penalty shot. As 25 seconds remain on the Peter Kessel penalty for charging, as Gilraith does a head fake. Goes into the corner. Madej slams him into the boards. Gilraith spins with it, sets up Litviak in the slot. To his backhand, Litviak in, a bit too tight, running out of real estate. He tries a wraparound, stopped with the right pad of Connor O'Brien. And no further play. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remain. Peter Kessel, 7 seconds removed from rejoining his teammates. A minute and 34 seconds remain on the Austin Albrecht tripping penalty. So the Brahmas will have a pretty substantial power play to work with in just a few seconds. Wildcats power play drops to 0 for 4. Their Parkway Grill penalty kill, which started the night pretty bad, has redeemed itself a little bit after the long kill with Eric Yeager out of the game for his slash. 5-minute major and a game misconduct assessed to Eric Yeager. The Wildcats killed all 5 minutes off without conceding so much as 3 shots. .80 seconds, however, remain on the Austin Albrecht penalty. Neutral zone face-off. between Drevich and Van Wy is won by Van Wy, and the puck is cleared by the Wildcats. Connor O'Brien leaves it for Clark. Clark through center, gives it off to the left side. It's Johan Lundgren being taken down to the ice. Martin Melberg trying to help him out from his knees. Paisan got it to Van Wy, who failed to clear it. He dives after it now, kept alive. Skelly takes the shot, fought off Kapellmaster, rebound, second chance is shot wide. Skelly wrapped up and took the man. The puck is collected and sent back to the right point. It's Cameron Clark once more. Tyler Drevich, Cam Clark fakes the slap shot, softly gives it across to Skelly, and down low now for Drevich. Drevich goes around the end boards. It bounces back to the left point. Long shot by Skelly. Stopped by Kapellmaster. Delayed penalty upcoming again. And is this another penalty for goaltender interference? I think it might be. Tyler Drevich, based on the body language, is going to have a seat. Drevich clearly not happy, expressing his frustration to anyone who will listen, basically, and he's going to have a seat. With 2 minutes remain in period 3. 2 minutes are assessed to Tyler Drevich for goaltender interference, and the Wildcats are 27 seconds away from getting their final power play of the game, as they win the offensive zone faceoff. Dalton has it. Baum now left point. Into the corner. Lazarus centers, and it hopped away from Ryan Burnett. Right point, Dalton. Left point, Baum. Baum fan on the shot between Kessel's skates. He corrals possession and shoots wide. Ricochets off Estes' skate. Burnett goes down there to get it. Burnett tries to slide it back to the deep slot. Dalton chips it free. Kept alive. Lazarus. Good stick by Lazarus. He's in. Forehand shoots. Pad save. Rebound. Stopped by Connor O'Brien. His biggest save of the night on Ryan Burnett. He robbed the young right winger of his second goal of the night. But now the Wildcats go to work on their final Jim Arnold Collision power play of the night. Litviak missed high, and it goes off the mesh. Boy, what a save by Connor O'Brien, who came into this game in relief of Corbin Kaspersky and has absolutely slammed the door shut for his team. He has yet to concede a goal. He has stopped all of the 19 shots he has faced. Adam Goodsir will take the draw against Hogan Davidson, who beat him cleanly, and the puck has just been cleared on net. Kapellmaster plays it into the corner for his fellow Coral Springs, Florida native, Austin Beaulieu. Beaulieu slices through the Lone Star defenders, plays it in deep. Nick Rosa in the corner, gave it away. Kessel can't clear it. Rounds has it, left point, takes the shot, blocked. Poikala picks up the puck on his backhand, has to turn with it back to the point again. It is Rounds walking the line. Poikala, right circle, tried to give it back door for Rosa. It was picked off and cleared by the Brahmas. He got it out to center and beyond. The last minute of play is brought to you by La Quinta Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of your Wichita Falls Wildcats. Half minute remains in this game. Adam Goodsir in across the Lone Star line. Dips the shoulder, takes it into the corner, gives it back to Rounds. Now to Beaulieu, returns it for Rounds. Here's the shot, blocked. Second chance, bounces away. Goodsir lifts the stick, tries to get a shot away. Hogan Davidson picks it up, pressured by Rosa. Rosa takes him into the glass. Davidson trying to kill off the rest of this regulation time here. Rosa relentlessly trying to dig it loose, and again, the whistle blows because the puck has been frozen by Hogan Davidson. That's the third time this period we've seen that happen. Unless the Wildcats can score a miraculous goal in the next 2.4 seconds, we'll be headed to overtime for the second straight game, and that shouldn't surprise anybody when these two teams get together. The Cats are going to have to get a very quick shot off in this face-off. Lazarus is going to take the draw. Burnett's ready in the shooting hole to fire it. Face-off one, shot stopped by O'Brien, and the rebound trickles wide. And that's going to do it. The third period, brought to you by American Classifieds, has come to an end. We're still without a winner here. 60 minutes have not been enough. And in 2 minutes, we're going back to 3-on-3 hockey for the second consecutive night. And if there is no goal in the next 5 minutes of play, this game will head to the shootout. The Wildcats and the Brahmas have gone to overtime 3 times this season. Never once has there been a shootout to follow. My apologies, they've gone 4 times this season. Each team has won twice. It first happened back on October 23rd when Rook Russell scored his first goal as a Wildcat to win the game in overtime at the Nitec Sports Center. The very next night, Alex Berardinelli scored the game winner to give Justin Kappelmaster his very first defeat as a Wildcat. The next time it happened, December 18th, here in this building, Cameron Clark, the November Defenseman of the Month, fluttered a wrist shot over the glove of Julian Syme to win the game here at the KYC. And the most recent, last night, the Wildcats won the game. Berardinelli has sprung. His shot flutters. It was partially blocked by Ryan Burnett. Right off the bat, we've got some north-south action here on the 3-on-3. Garrett Van Wy heads to the races. Ryan Burnett tries to filter a pass through for him. Gets back on it in the neutral zone to prevent a Cody Wickline breakaway. Van Wy slices across the line and takes a shot wide. Goes off the back of the net. Van Wy tried to center, went off the side of the cage. Gilraith has to hustle after it, tries to knock it free. Berardinelli pushes it ahead. Kappelmaster out to play it. Poke check free. Berardinelli centers, and it's skated harmlessly away by Noah Gilraith. Boy, Kappelmaster doing some aggressive goaltending there, to say the least. Certainly a risk taker there, but against Berardinelli, you almost have to be. He knows that if Berardinelli would have gotten to that puck, he would have had a very good chance. As Rosa takes it down the left side, dips the shoulder on Clark, takes it in behind. Rosa on his backhand, sets up Michael Rounds. Rounds top of the right circle, had it knocked away from him by Lundgren. Rounds down the left side, tried to put it in front for Lazarus. It's taken by Johan Lundgren. 3.5 minutes remain in the 3-on-3 period of overtime as Samu Suominen back in the lineup. Gives it to Lundgren. And that's Cam Clark, not Suominen, my apologies, as a puck battle ensues in front of the cameramen down there. Here's Cam Clark winding, firing, soaked up by Justin Kappelmaster. .317 remain in this 3-on-3 period of hockey. We're still tied at 3 goals apiece, and we have been since early in period 2. Goodsir wins the faceoff. Jeff Baum behind his own net. Gives it to Austin Beaulieu. Now here's Jeff Baum. Baum over the blue line, played it into a corner. Beaulieu and Giles going after it. Goodsir has it on his backhand, trying to shovel it home. It's stopped at the side of the goal there by Connor O'Brien. It's given to Baum now from Beaulieu. Baum's long shot tipped wide by Goodsir, and O'Brien lost his helmet. Adam Goodsir is going to take an offensive zone draw to the left of Connor O'Brien against Tyler Drebich. Goodsir wins it. It's loose between the skates of Giles. Goodsir kicks it towards the net, and O'Brien's just going to hang on to that one. Goodsir wins the draw cleanly in the offensive zone. Baum does well to hold the puck alive, fires a shot, blocked by the first man in front of him, which was Tyler Drebich. Into the corner it goes. Madej backhands it around the end boards, and Drebich has time to take a look. 2.5 minutes remain in overtime here at the KYC. Overtime is halfway through. Madej takes a hit from Poikala, who lost his stick, but he springs Beaulieu on his way, waits for the 2-on-1, bombs the trailer. Beaulieu's got a right circle. He shoots, stopped by O'Brien. He did well to control the rebound. It bounced all the way away from Baum, and here come the Brahmas now. Peter Kessel in over the line. It's Drebich rather. His shot blocked. Rebound on Kessel's tape. Goes into the corner to get it. Taken down again by Poikala. Puck backhanded ahead for Austin Beaulieu, who's got to be pretty winded now. He's been out there as long as I can remember. Beaulieu slides it into an empty corner. Romo around the end boards for Cam Clark now. Clark's pass read and picked off by Austin Albrecht, who will take it back into center and regroup with his team. Jake Dalton take it in behind his own net. Dalton fires a pass ahead for Albrecht. Litviak goes to the net, had to stop, and offside is called against the Wildcats. Litviak was skating full steam ahead, trying to just park himself right in front of Connor O'Brien, it looked like, and Albrecht just carried the puck over the line a bit too early before Litviak had crossed the line. So offside against the Cats. 1 minute and 26 seconds remain in 3-on-3. This game is as close to a shootout as the Wildcats have had against the Brahmas. If there's no goal scored in the next 80 seconds, that's exactly where we'll be headed, folks. Van Wy wrapped up. Here's Dalton for the win. He's in. He shoots. He missed the net high, and it went off the glass. Boy, what a glorious chance that was, and Dalton just couldn't finish the job as Skelly settles things down. The last minute of play is brought to you by La Quinta Inn & Suites, the official host hotel of your Wichita Falls Wildcats. Dalton Skelly delays. Works it out to center. Springs Lundgren. Lundgren takes it wide and spins. Trying to deke Lazarus out of his jockstrap and succeeding in doing so. He gets the return from his fellow Swede, Martin Mellberg. Lundgren into the high slot. His pass missed Clark. Dalton's got it with some time, and he feeds Lazarus on the right wing. Lazarus will turn back with it. Court's possession there to Clark. Clark gave it to Lundgren. That's Mellberg, rather. Mellberg in deep. Tried to center. It went beyond the reach of Clark, who's got it now right point. Clark walks the line. Swaps places with Lundgren. Clark peels off. Top of the left circle. Cuts into the slot with some time. He takes the shot. Went off of Kappelmaster's glove. 2 seconds and 1. And that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, This one is headed to the shootout, and what better way to end a very hard-fought and closely fought series between these two South Division rivals. A bit of an unorthodox choice here by Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfang. He has selected Troy York to be the first shootout man for his team. Although I'm not quite sure if it's unorthodox or not, because the Wildcats have not faced the Brahmas in a shootout yet this season. Perhaps Troy York is a shootout specialist. Certainly not one of the top offensive guys on this team, but who knows? A lot of these guys, there's just something about the shootouts that just works for them. And here we go. The first shootout between these teams is underway as York shoots, tried to go 5-hole, and Kapellmeister shut the door. The fans loving that save. The Wildcats will shoot next. Johnny Lazarus will pick up the puck over the Wildcats logo. He will be the first shooter for John LaFontaine and the Wildcats. Lazarus has not had a chance in the shootout this season. We'll see what he can do. He picks up the puck at center ice, carries it in deliberately down the left side. Cuts right down the slot, patiently waits, goes to his forehand and fans on the shot. O'Brien had the lane cut pretty well. I think he bit on the backhand move, but his left pad was covering up just about all the daylight, so unless Lazarus could have elevated the puck in deep, he wasn't going to score that regardless. And now Johan Lundgren, already with 2 points tonight, picks up the puck again, skates it in very slowly down the right side, picks up some speed right down the middle, shoots, blocker save, Kapellmeister. The best scorer in the North American Hockey League picks the puck up in the neutral zone. Down the right side, puts the puck to his forehand and shoots, missed wide, far side. Adam Goodsir failed to score, and there has still not been a goal scored since early in the second period. And now Peter Kessel, the 6'2" sniper out of Detroit, Michigan, will pick up the puck at the Wildcats logo, carries it in down the right side, right circle, drags the toe, shoots, and he hit the elbow of the goal. He thought he had scored, but that is no goal. My goodness, was that close. I thought it was a goal at first as well, but it went off the elbow and bounced out. And now Ryan Burnett with a chance to win the game for the Wildcats. Ryan Burnett picks it up with a full head of steam. The season series on his stick. He shoots, missed high, and runs into the goaltender shortly thereafter. And what better way can you imagine that the season series comes to an end here? Both goaltenders have been perfect in the shootout. Alex Berardinelli starts at his own goal line. Look at the speed on this kid. Right down the middle, in. Kapellmeister dove at it and poked it out. Boy, you won't see that very often. The Brahmas went from slow and deliberate to fast and right down the middle. Alex Berardinelli started at his own goal line, and with a full head of steam, just flew right down the middle of the ice, and Kapellmeister dove out at him. Berardinelli complained that he had thrown his stick. No call. And now Albrecht picking up some speed through his own zone. The leading scorer on the Wildcats, he can win the game and win the series. His in-shoot stopped by Connor O'Brien, who is 4 for 4. I think Albrecht tried to sneak it into the far side. O'Brien got his pad or his blocker on it, couldn't tell which, but he made the save. Now Jacob Romo, the newest addition to the Lone Star Brahmas, down the left side, into the middle, shoots, stopped by Kapellmeister again, 5 for 5. The Wildcats goaltender continues to slam the door shut. Boy, you can feel the intensity in this building, folks. Austin Beaulieu, the native of Coral Springs, Florida, with his family in attendance tonight, can win the series, and he tried to go 5-hole. It stopped by Connor O'Brien, who slammed the wickets shut. Martin Melberg denied a controversial goal yesterday. We'll see what he can do here. Martin Melberg down the slot, backhander, stuffed by Kappelmaster with the blocker. 6 for 6. No shooter has been able to score. The best snipers, the best scores these teams have to offer have both been denied by the spectacular play of these two goaltenders. Nikita Litviak, the Russian power forward from Voronezh, takes it down the slot, puts it on his backhand, forehand, couldn't slip it past Connor O'Brien, who is now also 6 for 6. And some stellar, spectacular goaltending here tonight, folks. Now Dalton Skelly scored a goal earlier in this game, takes it wide on the left side, goes to his backhand, tries to go 5-hole, and Kappelmaster got a pad on it. 7 for 7. And John LaFontaine now giving the nod to Aleksi Poikla, the skilled Finnish playmaker out of Espoo, Finland. Definitely more of a pass-first kind of guy, but he's got some skills, I'll tell you that much. He can also shoot the puck as he carries it in slowly and deliberately, right between the circles, now into his backhand, shoots. Door slammed shut by Connor O'Brien. And this has got to be exhausting for the goaltenders here. They're getting quite the workout. And the fans booing Hogan Davidson, the former Wildcat, right down the slot to his backhand. And he couldn't tuck it past. Boy, he was an inch away. And he just couldn't tuck it past Kappelmaster, who he got to dive down. And Davidson just couldn't finish the job. He did everything right but score. And here's Nick Rosa with his family in attendance as well. Left circle, in, shoots, glove save by Connor O'Brien. And here comes Joey Fallon to his forehand, finally a goal. 8th time's the try. Joey Fallon went from his backhand to his forehand, and the Princeton commit has finally put the Brahmas on the board in the shootout. And now all lies on the stick of Andre Paisan. The 3,000 plus in attendance here. Tons of friends and family in attendance as well. The game on his stick. He shoots and scores! Andre Paisan slipped it through the 5-hole. He coughed it up in the slot, got back on it, and snuck it through the 5-hole of Connor O'Brien, who was fazed by the mishap that Paisan had, and he managed to sneak it through. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is far from over. Here's Tyler Drevich down the left side, cuts in, forehand, fanned on it. What a goaltending performance here, folks. 1 goal apiece in this 9-round shootout. In the bottom of the 9th, Jeff Baum, his father here in attendance tonight. He can win the game for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Baum in, shoots, right pad save by Connor O'Brien. This one has gone to a 10th round. The Dallas native, Cody Wickline, to his forehand, shoots. Wicket shut by Kappelmaster again. Boy, you can see the Brahmas are really trying to go 5-hole, and it just hasn't worked for him. Kappelmaster has slammed the door shut. time after time. And now the offensive-minded defenseman, Michael Rounds, who's got quite an impressive wrist shot. We've seen it so many times this season. He scored a goal tonight. We'll see what he does here. Rounds down the left side with speed. He shoots, missed wide, short side. And we go to an 11th round extra innings here at the KYC, folks. Bud Madej picks up the puck, carries it right down the middle. The offensive-minded defenseman is in, and he shot off the glove of Kappelmaster, who is 10 for 11. And now Jake Dalton, another defenseman. We've seen 3 straight defensemen here. Jake Dalton with his parents in attendance tonight. The Saginaw, Michigan native shoots, and it's blockered away by Connor O'Brien. Now Carson Kelly will have a try for the Lone Star Brahmas in the top of the 11th inning. Kelly on his forehand, left side, toe drag, shoots, stopped again by Kappelmaster. Again, the Brahmas tried to go 5-hole, and again, Kappelmaster says no. Bottom of the 11th, Matt Hines probably didn't think he was ever going to have a chance in a shootout this season. The stay-at-home defenseman with a big, powerful shot. We'll see if he uses it here. Carries it in pretty slowly, left circle, into his backhand, tries to slip it through the 5-hole. Knocked the stick out of O'Brien's hands, but he made the save between the legs, and Lazarus gives Hines a bump of encouragement down there on the bench. And now, one of the North American Hockey League's finest defensemen, the November Defenseman of the Month, Cam Clark, picks up the puck down the right side. Clark fakes a slap shot, backhand, scores. Boy, what a move that was. Kappelmaster unable to make the save. And now all hopes lie on the stick of Rourke Russell, who was in at forward tonight. Didn't get a chance to play last night. Rourke Russell, with his family all the way in from California, from Long Beach, on his forehand, shoots, scores! That's twice in a row that the Wildcats had the pressure of scoring. They needed to score to keep the game going, and they have done just that twice in a row. And again, it was through the 5-hole of Connor O'Brien. Here's a Matt Christian now for the Lone Star Brahmas. Christian in, backhand, scores. A silky smooth move by Matt Christian. Put the puck on his backhand and roof it into the top corner of the net. And now Garrett Van Wy must score to keep this game going. Garrett Van Wy picks up the puck at the Wildcats logo. His parents in all the way from Seattle, Washington. The season series on his stick to his forehand. Lost a handle on it, and it still goes in through the 5-hole. Tic-tac-toe, that's 3 in a row. My goodness. Brandon Estes now, the stay-at-home defenseman for Lone Star, is in down the slot, fakes, forehand, lost the puck. You know, folks, I can't say I've been a broadcaster for a long time, but I can say I don't think I will see something like this again in a very, very long time. Holden Cronin now for the Wildcats. Again, somebody who probably didn't think he'd ever take a shootout attempt as a Wildcat. He's in, lost the puck, tried to go forehand, and I think the puck just rolled on him and rolled harmlessly into the corner. Now Sean Giles, one of the Brahmas' alternate captains, by far a defense-first defenseman. We'll see what moves he has in his repertoire. Giles down the right side on his forehand, shoots, stopped by Kappelmaster again. And the Brahmas tried to go 5-hole and failed. The Wildcats, all 3 of their goals have gone through the 5-hole. As Noah Gilraith, the Grosse Ile, Michigan native. Gilraith right down the middle. Gilraith in, fake, shoots, right pad save by Connor O'Brien. What a stop that was. Gilraith with a good head fake. Got O'Brien moving to his left, and where Gilraith shot it was to O'Brien's right. He got over just in the nick of time to kick out the right pad and make the save. And what have we here, folks? I believe every shooter on both teams has had a chance. So they're going to start from the top of the order again, I believe, and we'll see if I heard my buddy Nick Merrick, the Lone Star Brahmas broadcaster, say that the goalie should be given a chance. Julian Simon, Corbin Kaspersky should get a chance to shoot the puck. Unfortunately, as much as we would love to see that, that is not allowed. Instead, we start over. All 20 skaters, or 19 in this case, have had their chance. Cam Clark, who has one already, will try to get a second. See if he goes back to the same backhand move. Clark is in, backhand move. Blocker save this time by Kappelmaster. And the NAHL's finest goal scorer this season, Adam Goodser, with 24 to his name and a shootout goal to his credit as well against Dean Schatzer against the Odessa Jackalopes. And I think the Wildcats may still have one player who hasn't shot yet. Nope, they do not. Adam Goodser, the North American Hockey League's leading goal scorer, with a chance to win the game for the Wildcats. In, shoot, scores! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. The Wildcats have won the season series against the Lone Star Brahmas. And what better way to do it than a 20-round shootout? My goodness, I'm speechless, folks. Absolutely speechless. Does this team know what it takes to win? I'm not sure. Fell behind 3 times in the shootout, needed a goal 3 times to keep it alive, got the goal 3 times. Those were the only goals they managed to score until Adam Goodser finished the job once again for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. We're going to take a short break, await the 3-star selection presented by Kona Ice. We will be broadcasted by the public address announcer here, Charles Campbell. When we come back, we're going to break down this game for you one last time, do a quick out-of-town scoreboard update, and let you be on with your weekend. Stay tuned. A three-star selection brought to you by Kona Ice has just been announced here at the KYC by Charles Campbell, the public address announcer. And the 3 stars are as follows. The 3rd star of tonight's game, Ryan Burnett, had a beautiful goal in which he stole the puck from the Brahmas defender in the Lone Star zone, carried it right to the slot, slipped the puck between Kaspersky's 5-hole, ending his night and scoring a pretty nice goal. The 2nd star of tonight's game, absolutely no surprises here, the Lone Star Brahmas goaltender, who not only shut down the Wildcats' attack the entire game with 23 regulation and overtime saves, but he carried his team on his back throughout the shootout. An 18-round shootout, automatic 2 stars to the goalies. Absolutely no questions asked about that one, and that means tonight's 1st star of the game, Justin Kappelmaster, who won the shootout for the Wichita Falls Wildcats despite not the best start to this game. Really bounced back, and he is tonight's Kona Ice 1st star of the game. And folks, I'd love to stick around and give you a quick recap of this game and give you an out-of-town scoreboard update. Unfortunately, I've got to get going. We've got some business to take care of. The Jersey Off Our Back night and the special live player performance will be taking place momentarily, and I've really got to get down there to the lower levels. So I'm going to let you get going. We really appreciate you all tuning in on fasthockey.com and on YouTube to enjoy some Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing. We hope you enjoyed the broadcasts both nights. We know you enjoyed the outcome both nights. The Wildcats 4, the Brahmas 3 both nights, and the season series all wrapped up. This will be the last team these 2 teams face until perhaps the Robertson Cup playoffs, and what a series it's been. 7 wins for the Wildcats, 5 for the Brahmas in the season series, which was wrapped up tonight by an 18-round shootout, and what better way to do it. That's going to wrap things up now from here, folks. We really appreciate you tuning in. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Wildcats, and we'll talk to you soon. So long, folks.